Hey, good morning. I want to say thanks be to the Most High and Yeshua, and thankful for the Holy Spirit today. I just got up. The Most High just woke me up. It's February the 8th. Shabbat today. It's 5:37 a.m. So I wanted to. I came on right now because I just woke up and I wanted to talk about this dream I just had, or an experience that I just had. So I was sleeping last night. I probably got in the bed early around 8:40, 8:50, and I was about to go to sleep, and my cousin called me, of course, right when I was about to go to sleep, and we were talking on the phone. We were just joking around about silly stuff, and so I went to sleep, and this is the experience I had. It's like part of a dream. I want you guys to tell me what you think it means. I prayed for interpretation. I think I know what it means. So and I went to sleep. I woke up and I was in this place that was like a university, but also like a mall or something. I was inside of a very large pavilion or something like that. It was like a university and a shopping center all in one. And there were different people there. There were a lot of Caucasians there. There were a lot of white peoples there. A lot of white people. There were Gentiles there, and there were like biracial people there, and I was sitting at a bar or a table or something, kind of minding my own business, and then this older white guy came up and he sits next to me, and then they start playing this song, and it says something about nigga this and nigga that. I don't hear a lot of that, to be honest. Where I live, I rarely ever hear that. But it was like playing on the radio or something like that, and I was explaining to the guy. I looked over next to that white guy, and there was like a kid. He was probably 12 or 11, maybe 13. He was a mixed kid, like a biracial kid with like curly brown hair, and he had blue eyes, but he was like tan skin. And I was telling the white guy, soon all of the United States is going to look like that. Most of the United States is going to look like that kid, and there aren't going to be any white people anymore. So this is not a dream about race. I'm just putting that out there. I'm just telling you what happened in the dream. So anyway, the little biracial kid started smiling at me. I don't know if that was a white guy's son or son. I don't know where he came from, but he started smiling at me. So I look over to the right or the left, and I see these Ethiopians. It's like they just came out of. It's like they were sitting in different places around this building, having conversations and stuff like that. But now suddenly they just came out of nowhere. They all got in a line and they started going to this refrigerator, and they were dressed in like ancient clothes, like these clothes with stripes and stuff on them. Like they were like covering down to their waist. It was kind of like capes or almost like clothes you might see Mexicans wearing in the olden days, but I know they weren't. These were like ancient Ethiopian clothes. They had all these designs that I really wasn't. It seemed like I was familiar with at some point a long time ago, but as of this day, I wasn't familiar with. But I knew they were Ethiopians based on the clothes they were wearing, and they were all getting into this line. The children, the adults, the older people, and they were going to the refrigerator quickly but quietly. And they opened this refrigerator, and they were taking out these like flat breads. They were like a flat circular shaped bread, and they were like packing them up, packing them up. It was certain types of foods that they were taking out, like meal or like flour type stuff. It was just certain types of food that they were taking out of the refrigerator that they could make or eat on the way. So it was like dry foods they were taking out of there. They would take some out of the refrigerator, and then they'd go down the stairs. Then another Ethiopian would take stuff out of the refrigerator, and they would go down the stairs. And so I looked at what's going on. So I just naturally got up, and I got into the line with the Ethiopians, and I went to the refrigerator to see what was in there. And I think I took something out, and then I went down the stairs in the line with them. and we were all leaving very quietly, and then one of them was telling me there's a fire, so we're taking what we can take. We're taking things that won't burn, we're taking food, so we're prepared, but we got to leave before this fire burns the building down or burns this place down. So like I said, I got in line with the Ethiopians and I got out of there. I went down the steps and we walked outside, and I don't want to say the dream incorrectly, but when we got outside, for whatever reason, there was this bus, like a long charter bus. It was bigger than a school bus. It was kind of like a charter bus. And I think there was a Caucasian person driving it, but somehow I ended up driving this bus. And instead of just pulling forward and driving up the street, there was like a curvy, windy path, and I actually had to drive the bus backwards, like in reverse. Like I had to do a lot of this, and you know what I'm saying? Like I had to drive backwards the entire time, but I never missed any curves. I never missed any turns. I was on the road very easy. It's like I had supernatural driving skills. So I don't know I don't remember if the Ethiopians were on the bus with me. I feel like they probably were, but I just remember I was driving this huge long bus, and I was driving it backwards, but I was and it was like a really a sharp curvy road, and with a lot of turns, and I didn't miss any of them. I was just driving backwards the whole time, and I got out of whatever situation that was ahead. It's almost like we went backwards to get away from the situation. I was just thinking of something there. So then I woke up. There were a few other things that happened. I don't remember what they were, but when I first woke up, I was kind of concerned because I was like, am I about to be on some windy road with all these rough driving conditions and all that? Not really a road, but just in life. But then I thought about it. It wasn't hard for me to do that. I easily maneuvered that bus to get through those windy roads to get all the way out of there, and I got away from everything that was going on and what was coming. So I want you guys to tell me what you think the interpretation of the dream was. Now, I'm aware of some interpretation. For instance, I know that a certain section of Ethiopians, they call them Beta Israel, but I know that they're Israelites. So I'm thinking that I don't know why I'm turning in that direction. I'm thinking that, and then they were talking about this fire coming to burn the place down. So we all got out before the place burned down. We all went in a single file line before the place burned down, and when we got out, we went backwards to get out. I don't know if that means like going back to the past or returning back to a place where they came from. I don't know what that means, but it's some meaning behind me maneuvering this bus backwards through all these turns and twists. There's some meaning to that. But I realized I was nervous or concerned when I first woke up. But then I thought about it. I was like, I did get out of the trouble with ease. It was just a twisty road, but I didn't have a problem removing myself from the trouble of the fire. And I'm almost sure those Ethiopians were on the bus with me. But I was driving the bus for some reason. Anyway, if you guys have any interpretations, please let me know. I'd like to know what you think. All right, have a good morning. I'll probably come back later today. It's Shabbat today. I wanted to get up and say this right away because I don't want to forget anything. And there's a guy called Sharing the Gifts, GIFTS. He's really good as well. He gives a lot of the Most High gives him a lot of dreams, and he gives a lot of interpretations. So you guys might want to check his channel out. All right, thank you.